In this lesson, we are going to look at some vocabulary as well as solving for area. So we've got our basic area formulas here, which you should know. Triangle is 1/2 base height, square is side times side, which is basically the same as a rectangle, which is length times width, which is the same as parallelogram, base times height. So those are kind of all super similar, those quadrilaterals. Trapezoid, though, is going to be height times the base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. And circle, pi r squared. And then we do have our polygon off to the side here, where we have 1/2 a times p, and a is the apothem right there. And then p is just perimeter. So again, p, perimeter, and there's kind of the R for radius, just explaining what each of those means. So pi, make sure that you're using the pi button, and we're going to kind of do that last. We can leave things in terms of pi for an exact answer, and then we're going to also give kind of an approximate answer. So for this first one, it is going to be length times, or base times height with, we use the correct terminology. So it's going to be 4 times 9.5. which again is base times height, and this is area. And so that is going to equal 38, and it's yards squared. Since we have area, it's squared. And we are not going to find the perimeter, we're just going to be finding area. We kind of practiced that previously. Letter B here is going to be a circle, so it's going to be pi r squared. And our radius is 4. So 4 squared is 16. So 16 pi is your exact answer. Or we could have approximately and take 16 times pi in our calculator to get 50.3. And it will usually specify kind of which one it wants. And then we have a triangle that we're finding here, I think is what the goal is. I don't know, maybe it's the rectangle itself. It's kind of hard to see. So I don't know, we can do both. So if we were doing the rectangle, it would be 5 times 11, which would be 55 centimeters squared. And if we were doing the triangle, it would be just 1/2 of that, right? 5 times 11. So what's half of 55? That's going to be 27.5 centimeters. Oops. And we're back. 27.5 centimeters squared if we were doing the triangle. All right, so next up we have a triangle here. So 1/2 base times height, which is going to be a base of 12, and then a height of 7. And then we can cut that in half, or we can multiply it by 0.5. Either way you want to do it is going to be giving you the correct answer of 42 centimeters squared. So here we have our 1/2 a times p, a for apothem, which in this case is 26 is our a, and then we need to find the perimeter. So perimeter is going to be 30 times the number of sides that we have, which it looks like we've got 6. So 30 times 6 is going to give us a perimeter of 180. So it's going to be 1/2 26 times 180, and then we get an answer of 2,340 meters squared. And then we have a trapezoid. So 1/2, or you can put it over 2. Some people like to do that. And then put your height here, 8. And then base 1 plus base 2. It doesn't matter which one's first because you're just going to add them together. So 6.2 plus 10.9. And then times by 8, and then cut that in half, or multiply it by 0.5 to get 68.4 meters squared. So we're going to work backwards next. So we're going to work backwards, which means we're going to go ahead and write out our formula. Since it's a circle, it's going to be pi r squared, which is equal to the area. So I'm going to, instead of a, put in what we know. And we want to find the radius, which means we're going to go ahead and divide by pi. So using the pi button on your calculator, you want to take and divide 72.38 divided by pi. And that is going to give us the r squared is going to equal 23. Basically 0.4 if we can round. And then we're going to do the square root of that number because we undo things that are squared by doing the square root. So the radius is equal to 4.8 inches. It's just inches because it's the radius, it's not the area. So height of a rectangle. So again, area equals base times height for a rectangle. Filling in the area and filling in the base as well, 23. So now we just need to get h, which means we're going to divide by 23. So 126.5 divided by 23, the height is 5.5 feet. All right, and then we have height of a trapezoid that we were trying to find. So again, area equals height times b1 plus b2 over 2. So we're going to fill in, oh, I covered up my area, so let me actually give that to you. And it got cut off, but its area is 26 meters squared. So we're going to replace the area with 26, and then we're going to replace the height, actually no, we're going to leave the height as h, and then b1 and 2, 3.4 and 7 for our base. And so undoing division of 2 by multiplying by 2 is going to give us 52. And then 3.4 plus 7 is 10.4 if we add those together. So then we're going to just go ahead and divide by 10.4. So 52 divided by 10.4 is 5.